going for it.
Locust stayed on the dare. that lady Becky took care of a lady that used to cover herself in poop, and then Becky would have to tell her not to do it.
Did you have to clean it?
Yeah.
She would wipe it on her face.
Easy Does It right after undergrad because I couldn't get a job, so I worked for Easy Does It.
And this is in Berkeley, Oakland?
Berkeley. So she would poop the bed, and she's so senile. I'd be clean up all her poop and stuff, and it gets like in the crack. Like I don't know. I had like a garbage bag full of just like wipies, that were just like poop. But then she kept. Her name was Anna actually, and she kept. She was so senile, she kept taking her butt on the poop and then rubbing her face and smelling it and be like, is that feces? I'd be like, Anna, yes, it's feces, okay? I'm cleaning you up. And then I'd have to clean her face and her hands, and then she'd do it again.
Oh, God.
But she'd forget like 5 minutes later. Is that feces? I'm like, Anna, please.
How much did she poop? She must have pooped more than Roro.
It just seemed never ending. It was so much poop. I was like, someone needs to stop feeding this woman.
One of Holly's first jobs was she was working at her and Delilah were both working at a nursing home in Bellingham, Washington, where she grew up. And her grandpa Bob, was a resident there, but he was senile. And he would he didn't know who Holly was. Like he didn't know it was his granddaughter, but he liked her just as like one of like the friendly like staff people at the nursing home. But he would fling his poop, like he would like shit in his hand and then like throw his poop across the room. And that was Holly's grandpa.
From being senile.
Yeah. God, I don't want to grow that old.
I remember the monkeys did that once to this really like obnoxious group of Israelis at this guest house I was at. And I thought it was fucking hilarious because they were being super rude to a bunch of the staff at the guest house, and I was sitting like across the room from them.
I bet that's my man.
And then these monkeys came and they started throwing poop at this group of Israelis, and I was laughing.
How's it going?
And they got mad. I was cracking up. And then I had this group of Israelis too. They came in my room. I was in.
I think they're. Locust is going to be there for.
Did you ever go to Amistar? It's the town in the city in the far west on the border of Pakistan. It's where the huge Sikh. It's where the giant Sikh temple is.
I didn't go
it's
there.
the blue Sikh temple, and all the Sikhs like do like a pilgrimage there and shit. And you can stay there for like 3 or 4 days for free, and they have like tons of vegetarian food. And so
Sikhs are so nice.
Sikhs are cool, yeah. I like the Sikhs.
They're like the nice people in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're super nice, and they're like super non-judgmental, and they're the first religion to treat women as equals too. Like back in the 1500s, they started like that men and women are completely equal. There's no difference. And but anyway, you could go to the Sikh temple and they have like 24-hour kitchens and stuff. It's all vegetarian, of course, and eat their food. And you can stay there if you're not a Sikh. But I was staying at this guest house down the block because I don't feel like staying at the temple. Like I like just having like my little bit of like solitude and stuff. But anyway, I was at this guest house, and like alcohol was like one of those places where alcohol wasn't allowed in that district, but I had brought like a bunch of beer and stuff with me from Punjab. It was in my backpack, but I wasn't drinking it like at the temple, and I wasn't drinking it in public. I just go back to my room and like have some beers at night.
That's why you wanted solitude.
Huh? Yeah. No, I wanted solitude because I didn't want to fucking have to answer the same questions like 1,000 times a day. I wanted to go back to my room and read a book, and not have to be like, "Where are you from? From America? Can I go to America? I want to. Can you get me a job there? I want to marry somebody." I didn't want to. Like it just came to a point where I needed to like just read a book, relax. So I was in my room, and like the whole guest house, it just like fucking reeked of weed and stuff and hash because everybody's fucking smoking. So I had my door shut. And I was just in there like reading a book, and I had like a can of beer, and then there was like a knock on my door, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, come on in, and then it was like this group of like young Israeli backpackers, and they saw me like in my room like drinking a beer, and they started like going off on me and like, oh, you can't, and all of them had like big fucking joints, and so like 3 or 4 people like fucking smoking spliffs and like walking in my room filling it with smoke, which I hate, and like yelling at me about drinking and how it's like this dry, this dry county, this dry district. And it's like, well, fuck you, man. It's like my room. I'm sitting here in my room that I paid for, drinking a beer, and you guys are like coming in here with fucking weed. And then of course it's like the whole thing, oh, but weed's sacred. Weed's like sacred and alcohol isn't. And it's like, there's just no, like, get the fuck out. I'm not having this conversation. Like, it's my room, out.
That's so
It's like,
stupid.
I don't want your fucking weed in here. I hate that conversation, man. I don't know how many times I've had that over the years with people, as people are like fucking
Maybe they're right,
smoking
though.
cigarettes.
Maybe they're
smoking
right,
weed.
bro.
Ugh. Fucking hate smoke so much. I hate it. But yeah, I don't know if that was the same guest house where the monkeys threw poop at him or not. It was around the same time. But that was funny.
I had a monkey sneak into my room. I don't know how he got in. Took a loaf of bread, took a bite out of each piece, and then left. And I didn't have any idea. I never woke up. And I saw it in the morning. I was like, what the fuck?
The monkey probably felt comfortable in your room because it's probably like your room like smells like its house.
It must have been, yeah.
Holly got mad at me. We're in Indonesia at the monkey temple. I fucking hate the monkey temple because it's macaque monkeys, and I hate macaques. They're like the fucking crackheads of the monkey world, man, or the meth heads of the monkey world. Like, they're just like the most aggressive and vicious and like greedy. Like, some monkeys are cool. Like, they're not greedy and they're not vicious, but macaques are the fucking worst. And the fucking Hindu temple there, it's monkey sanctuary. So there's hundreds, probably thousands of fucking macaques, and they feed them every day. And I'd already been there and I didn't like it, but I was like, I told Holly, I'm like, yeah, I'll take you to the monkey sanctuary, because like whatever, you probably want to check it out. And I had my friend with us too. He was like a local guy that Becky's old friend of Becky's too, and we took him. And the fucking monkeys were everywhere, and like jumping on people, and fucking jacking off on people and shit. I was like, this sucks. I fucking hate these monkeys, man. And I ran ahead because there's like so many monkeys, and then I ran ahead, and to this day she's still mad at me for like ditching her because I ran like 50 feet ahead to get away from the monkeys.
Did they do a Silence of the Lambs on her?
No, but she got upset because they were like they jumped on other people and they jacked off on a couple people.
Yeah, I went to a monkey temple in
I don't like them.
Kathmandu, was it? And I remember seeing this monkey jack off, and I was like, it was so crazy because first of all he looked too human. It was just too. It was like looking into a mirror.
A Gigi Allen monkey.
But he was like, and the weird thing is, because I was with a few people, and one was this woman who had basically like, she donated to this nunnery, so she was like supporting like this 13-year-old nun. So for some reason, the 13-year-old was with us, and so her and I were standing next to each other, and then this monkey's just fucking jacking it, and the monkey looks at us, and then he turns around like, can I have some privacy? Like, he turned around like, it was so human.
Huh.
Like, why are you staring at me?
And you had to explain what the monkey was doing?
She didn't speak any English. I was just like, that looked way too human. The whole thing was like just too human. It was weird. But the fact that he was just like, do you mind?
The monkeys I saw at the sanctuary, like they definitely did not require privacy, man. They would just fucking do that in front of everybody, and a couple of them threw their shit.
That's crazy.
Monkeys are fucking gross. But then like the other monkeys that aren't the macaques, they're so much nicer, and
the white ones with the black face.
So, yeah, like the ones I saw in Sri Lanka, and like, well then I saw orangutans. The orangutans are fucking. I saw them in the wild in Sumatra, and I went to the orangutan sanctuary, where you can like feed them, and they fucking stroke your hand, and they're like 300 pounds, and they're like so gentle, and you just like give them food, and they just like caress you and stuff. But they have all these couple sanctuaries because the loggers like killed off so much of their habitat, or like killed their moms, and then they just bring these fucking orphaned orangutans in, and then there's like a bunch of people that volunteer there and stuff, take care of them. But yeah, fucking macaque. And then I saw these monkeys in Japan. I don't know what kind of monkeys, but there's these hot springs, and Oh, they're the snow monkeys. Like the super hairy snow monkeys that live in the Japanese Alps. And they it's pretty cool because I thought like they all go in the fucking hot springs, but like I thought they just did that naturally, you know, because they're monkeys and they're smart and it's like snow everywhere. So I thought, oh, they just go sit in the hot springs because it's warm, you know, it makes sense. But it was actually like a learned behavior, man. Like the monkeys started doing that like 100 years ago because they started watching people go in the hot springs. And then some monkey realized that like it was warm and it felt good. So they passed it down like generation after generation, and now the monkeys like they totally took over these hot springs. And you can't go in there because it's just like covered in like monkey shit and piss. But you can like watch all these monkeys and they just all fucking hang out in the hot springs. It's pretty cool. And it's all snow everywhere, and sit there and like drink tea or have a beer or whatever, and like watch all these fucking hairy monkeys in the hot tub. But yeah, you can't go in there because I don't know if they'd bite you, but definitely.
Well, you don't want to just even be in the.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go in there. Like nasty monkey poo water. But
I mean, it's kind of cool that they like that. It's like a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
But it's also like, damn, we lost some hot springs.
Yeah, but it's just one of many. But it's just cool that they learned that behavior and then they just passed it down.
Well, there's videos of like an orangutan who saw his caretaker cleaning things, so he started doing it, like washing dishes or something.
There's one with they started using soap because the orangutan at the sanctuary like saw all the people like using soap to clean themselves, and then the orangutan takes the fucking bar of soap and like starts lathering up with the soap. But I don't think the orangutan really likes it. It's just like copying the human behavior.
We need to teach them how to drive, so like they could drive us places.
Well, that's what Elon Musk does, man. He's got those remote control cars in San Francisco that keep crashing. The Tesla guy
has nothing to do with monkeys.
Yeah, but he's got the self-driving cars.
That's nothing to do with monkeys.
No, but
my idea is to teach monkeys how to drive.
Why would you need a monkey if the computer can do it? You can just remote control.
Because that's a fucking monkey driving me to the store. It's fucking cool.
I thought you just got your own license. So you don't need a monkey.
No, I'd rather have an orangutan drive me. He's just cute. Yeah. As long as he doesn't jack off.
Orangutans don't really do that though.
What?
They're not like macaques. Orangutans they don't just start beating off. That's what the
good. Then he can be a good driver.
Macaques do.
That's the part of the test.
I guess.
That's part of the interview is, do you jack off while you drive?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many orangutans there are though. There's not that many. There's a couple in zoos, but
I bet he could drive with his feet too.
Orangutan?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess not. I guess he had to have the pedals.
Yeah, they were cool. I like the orangutans a lot, man.
Oh, they're amazing.
When I was in Sumatra, I went out in the jungle and you could hear them. And then I didn't think I was going to see them. I was like, I'm never going to see them. But I saw like this whole fucking troop of orangutans. They were pretty close, like maybe less than 50 feet away. And they're all just hanging out, like eating fruit and hanging out in the trees and shit. And like looking at us and we're looking at them. And if they wanted to come fuck us up, they could have. Like a whole fucking troop of orangutans. But
well, they're not aggressive.
Not usually, no. They're pretty. They're pretty.
I think the first time one murdered another one, I think it was like somehow it's some long National Geographic article where that was some kind of it was learned behavior because they don't usually
they're usually
kill each other.
They're usually like pretty docile, but like compared to like bonobos and chimps get fucking aggressive, man.
Well, yeah, dude.
Chimps like kill each other. They're like one of the few animals that'll like make weapons and they'll like have sticks and beat each other with sticks and beat each other to death. You know, and they're one of the few animals too, other than humans, that'll actually kill just for the fun of killing. Like chimps have been known to like just go and grab another monkey and then beat it to death, and, like smash its head on a rock, and then not even eat it. Just like
it's because it's probably territorial.
Maybe, or they're just doing it to be bullies.
Well, when they start making soup out of the other enemy monkey,
yeah,
I'll be like, oh shit.
I don't know if they do that, but
they will one day.
No, chimps are fucking scary. Remember that lady that got her face eaten off, and because her friend was a dumbass and had like a 250-pound chimp, and she was feeding it like she was feeding it like
Valium or
she was
something?
giving like antidepressants and stuff, and she was giving it all this like all these fucking drugs and like giving it human food and shit like that, and
wine or something like that.
Yeah, giving it alcohol, and then her friend came, and I forget what happened. Like, it's kind of like that story with the killer whale, like when that lady at SeaWorld got attacked because she had like earrings or something shiny, and a fucking killer whale attacked her. That's what happened with the chimp too. It was like that lady showed up with like some kind of new hairstyle or like some kind of shiny earrings or something, and the chimp just freaked out, fucking mauled her face, ate her face and clawed it apart. And that lady,
it's like the worst.
That lady lived, man. Remember that? The fucking cops came, the sheriff's department came, and they fucking had to shoot it like, I don't know how many times. They had to just keep shooting the fucking chimp. And she didn't have a face. She has a face now. They gave her a different face. But she has like some other person's face.
It would have been kind of cool if he'd, like eating her face and the cops were shooting him and he's still just jacking off.
I don't think this chimp was jacking off. He was just
no, he wasn't.
Just tearing her face.
It'd just
off.
be funny.
Yeah.
To add the ridiculousness.
I remember that dude in Florida that got his face eaten.
That was fucking crazy because he wasn't even on. We all thought it was bath salts, but he did.
But it turns out he was just crazy.
I think all he had was marijuana in his system, which is there's no way that is responsible.
I still think he was on bath salts. It maybe just didn't show up in his blood or something, but
and the other dude lived.
Yeah, the other guy, the home bum guy, lived. Yeah.
How the fuck did all of that happen? Well, it's insane.
The crazy thing about that whole story, though, is about the whole thing's crazy, but I'm trying to multitask. It's really hard. It's difficult, man. The crazy thing about the whole story is I saw footage of that, and it was like underneath one of the I-95 bridges in Miami, And
why was someone filming?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it was like bumper to bumper traffic, and maybe rush hour or some shit. And so there's all these cars, and there's the bridge, and then the old the home bum guy that got his face eaten. He was underneath the bridge. That's where he camped at. That's where he slept. And all these people were stuck in traffic, and the guy attacked him and started eating his face, and nobody got out of their cars to help. Like, people just were filming and rolled up their windows, and nobody fucking helped the guy. The guy's screaming that he's being attacked and being killed, and people just sat in their cars or filmed him, and people nobody went to help the guy. I mean, I guess eventually somebody did because he lived, or maybe the cops came or something.
What happened?
Where? Huh?
Who? Where?
Oh no, we're talking about that guy that got his face eaten by the
bath salts?
The bath salts guy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he got his face eaten off, and then nobody went to help him. And then they found
Would
it.
you have gone to help him?
Yeah, I would have fucking helped the guy, man. Totally.
You would have got your face eaten.
No, I would have grabbed a bat or something. I would have hit the guy.
What if he didn't have a bat? What if all he had was a frisbee?
No, I would have fucking hit him.
With a frisbee?
I don't know, something. I would have just kicked him and then got the guy. I would have done something.
Or you could get a sandwich sign. I almost beat up that racist white guy.
Yeah.
With the sandwich over in Kenton.
Oh, yeah.
The sandwich sign from outside the cafe.
The deadly son.
I just grabbed it and went, oh! I closed it, and then I had it over my head, and I was like, ah! I ran across the street. Scared the shit out of this guy. But he was gonna beat up this black kid and was calling him the N-word and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, because what happened was the kid,
you were holding a sign for.
I was at the restaurant across the street dining outside, and I saw the whole thing, and he was about to get beat up, so I was just gonna throw this sign on top of the fucking racist piece of shit. And but yeah, so the kid was on a bike going down the bike lane, and then this guy made a right turn in front of him, and so the guy on the bike had to pull off to the side, brake really hard and pull off to the side, and he yells at the guy in the car, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? You almost fucking killed me. And then the guy was like, well, fuck you, boo, and calling him the N-word. And then so the guy is just gets on his bike and is trying to cross the street, and then the guy pulls over and gets out of his car. He's like, you motherfucker, and he's just starts running he's about to attack the the kid on the bike, and the kid on the bike was just like, what, you know? And then, but it was right after the stabbings on the Max train, you know, so I was...
There's three people got stabbed, and like one of them died. Two of them died. Yeah, this fucking white supremacist. Well, he started to attack these Muslim women on the train
in Portland.
Yeah, like 3 years ago, there's these two like Muslim women, and he went to attack them, and then these other people on the train like stood up for the Muslim women, and then they got stabbed.
He pulled out a knife and just started slicing their necks.
Started fucking just stabbing people. He's like some black metal dude too, that guy, but he just got sentenced to prison.
But yeah,
So it was the music that.
It was the music
that inspired him to do evil things.
Probably.
My parents were right all along.
Yeah.
I know, my mom used to be like, you can't listen to Ozzy Osbourne. He like bites the heads off the pigeons and stuff like that.
And bats. But he didn't know it was a real bat. He thought it was a fake bat. And then he had to get rabies shots. He thought it was a rubber bat. And he was so high that he found out later that it was real. But you figure when the blood starts spurting out everywhere that you'd figure that it's real, you know.
Was it dead or alive? You would think it'd be moving.
No, I'm sure it was dead.
Yeah.
How do you sneak a fucking animal into a show anyway? A concert?
No, it was 80s now. They didn't have that much security. Someone just smuggled it in.
Does anyone else want a glass of wine?
I'll drink some wine, Becky. Sure, why not? Thanks. Someone smuggled it in and they threw it up on the stage, and it was the 80s, and he was like so fucking high then that he just like took a bite out of it, and he didn't realize till later that you know that it was a real bat, that it's just like a rubber bat or something.
I'm a weirdo who puts like ice in my wine.
Oh, that's
weird.
And then they had to give him all the rabies shots.
But I didn't put
later on. Oh, thanks. Yeah, they gave him the rabies shots in his abdomen. And then my friend was in India, and he got bitten by a fucking rabid dog, and he didn't want to go get the rabies shots because he's a cheapskate. And he contacted me and a bunch of people, and he was like, "Yeah, I was on the motorbike, and this
that's nice.
And this rabid dog came and it bit me in the leg, and what should I do? Should I get the rabies shots? It's like $200. It's a lot." And we just got done with beet harvest, so each one of us made like $4,000 or $5,000. And I was like, "Yeah, you should definitely spend the $200 and get your shot because you're gonna die of rabies." And you don't have that many days to like go and get.
You have like 72 hours or something.
Yeah, you got to do it quick. And he's like, "But it's $200. Like you're gonna fucking die."
Dude,
like,
that's so
fucking go
dumb.
do it. And he went and got the shot, but he was like all on the fence about not wanting to spend the $200. That was Ernie. Did you ever meet Ernie from Virginia? He was in Indonesia with me on one trip. Him and Matty Apples and who the fuck else? There was a whole. Cody, there's a whole crew of us, but he ended up on that trip in Indonesia too, and he used to argue because of you get the food in a banana leaf, and it would be like 60 or 70 cents. Well, I could speak Indonesian, not like Becky, but I could speak enough at the time, you know, to get by. So I'd order my food, I get it for like 60 cents or whatever. Then he would go order like in English, and then they would charge him like $1 or something, and he would like fly off the handle and get so upset because they charged him like 40 cents more and throw a big temper tantrum. And so yeah, that was the guy that didn't want to pay the $200 for the rabies shot. But then
man, he could have saved money though and been dead.
Yeah. I think he did wait like 2 days because I remember getting the message, and a bunch of other people, we all got this message from him.
But if he got rabies, would he become rabid and like foam at the mouth and try to bite people?
Yeah, but in people are usually in animals, it usually makes them become like really like violent and vicious. But then when people get rabies, they don't usually bite. It makes them really lethargic. They start foaming at the mouth.
There's a video,
and there's a lot of videos, yeah,
from like the 40s or something of
videos.
A guy completely dying. He's in a hospital, and they show it from like the beginning till death of him going through rabies. He didn't become aggressive. He just, I mean, it's hard to watch, but it's just like foaming
and they can't drink water, and they start having like seizures, but they don't usually try to bite. But if you do get bitten or get the saliva or something on you, then you can. It happens every year in India. It's like, I forget. It's still like tens of thousands of people die in India every year, and they end up getting strapped to the hospital bed, and they just fucking strap them down and like put shit in their mouth until they die because there's nothing they can do. You know?
Can't they just like euthanize them? Euthanize them, not you.
I guess. Well, remember what happened in Bali? Like about maybe 10 or they didn't have any rabies in Bali. Like they had it in Java, they had it in Sumatra, everything, and they didn't have it in Bali. And then like the Balinese, like when you were living there, they didn't have rabies. And the Balinese said they didn't have rabies because it's like a sacred Hindu island, and the Hindu priests or whatever kept the rabies away because of the prayers and everything, right? And then
there's so many street dogs.
Yeah,
in
but
Bali.
well, what happened was like after you left Bali, like a few years later, then some fishermen came in from like Sumba or Sumbawa, one of the other islands, and they had dogs with them, and those dogs contracted rabies, and then they spread it to the street dogs in Bali.
Oh my god,
and
that'd be so terrifying.
Yeah, and then
there's like packs and packs of.
And then the World Health Organization stepped in because it was just starting. Like all these kids started dying from rabies, you know, in the villages. So the WHO came in and said, hey, here's like however much money, just like do like a mass vaccination campaign on the dogs so this doesn't spread all over the island and people die. Plus, like, you're not going to have tourism if there's fucking rabies in Bali. But then, like, true Indonesian style, like, it just, the money got, like, all the funds that got allocated just got, you know, it was just like
they just like invent like all the,
and none of the money went to the
really
vaccination.
Jesus.
I'm fucking blind. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
none of like happened the last couple of years.
None of the dogs got vaccinated.
And they're greasy too because I always have them on top of my head.
And then all these, like, a whole lot of people in Bali, like mostly kids, ended up dying from rabies.
Uh-huh.
And then like a lot of tourists and stuff too stopped going to Bali because of the rabies epidemic. And then they ended up like pouring more money in at that, like, later on, and then they ended up just killing like calling so many dogs at that point they didn't even, like, I mean, they might have done some kind of vaccination, but they just killed like tons and tons of street dogs by then. Because by then it was like, oh, we're not making any money from tourism now. I think it was more that than the people dying that made them.
Some of the street dogs
that they killed
really
so many
sweet.
dogs. Yeah.
That's sad. Do they eat them?
I doubt you can't eat them once they have rabies.
Oh, and also Bali, they would eat.
They're Hindus.
Yeah,
but they're like
they eat pig.
Yeah, it's a different Hindu sect than India. So because the Balinese Hindus eat pork, and like none of the Indian Hindus eat pork at all. So I don't know. Like I don't know what what happened with the split.
No, they eat pork in Bali.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Hindus in Bali eat pork, but Hindus in India don't.
Oh, don't eat pork, right?
Yeah, they don't eat pork or beef.
Yeah.
But I wonder what happened with the split. Like why the Balinese Hindus eat pork. I don't know why. But
it might have been out of necessity from a long, long time ago when there was not as many options.
maybe.
Or there might have been like boars, like wild boars on the
Because, like,
island.
Tibetans were Buddhist, but they had no
They
choice
had to
but
eat meat. Yeah.
buffalo. There was just no choice.
That's true. Yeah, they eat like all that meat and stuff, and they have all those like meat. What's it? Not the all those meat momos and stuff that they eat.
Momos. I've eaten so many of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are good. I had them for the first time at we went to like this Tibetan restaurant in Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go visit.
But they're just pot stickers.
Yeah, it's basically just a pot stick.
They're kind of different though. They kind of like look like little anuses. I guess there's different kinds, huh?
I got so mad that I was up in Dharamshala, and there's that was actually the most cases of leprosy I'd ever seen. I'd seen a bunch of lepers in India, but I don't know, in Dharamshala there's like lepers on like all fucking every corner, man. But I talked to people about it later, and
because there's more money there than if you're in Delhi.
well, it's also because Indian mafia was like putting
Dumpy,
people
scoot
there.
over so Brian can
Oh yeah. Like
Scoot
the Indian mafia was like putting the lepers on the corners so that they could, so it was like, you know, better for begging. But I got all these momos and I gave them to these lepers, and then when I came out, like they weren't eating them at all. They were still just sitting there. So I grabbed them and took them back from the lepers and then gave them to somebody else.
You took
Got mad.
from a leper.
Well, I gave it to the leper, and the leper wouldn't eat it, so I fucking took it back.
You stole from a
You
leper.
took from the poorest
No, I gave it to
People
them.
who are suffering.
People,
And they
he was
wouldn't eat it.
suffering.
So I took
Like
it
And
back.
you just were like,
And
you
stole
psyched him
from
out.
them.
You were like, here's this thing. Psych.
No, because they were
That's
they were being oogles. I gave them the food.
You just called leper.
They were
fucked up.
They were being fucking oogles, man. I gave them the food. They wouldn't eat it. It was still sitting there like an hour later. And then they spoke some English, like enough to communicate.
Let a brother had sit on it for a second. Maybe he's not quite hungry
because I
yet.
talked to him
He's
about it.
Waiting for
and
his
they
appetite.
they basically were like, I don't like momos. And then I took it back, and I was like, well, fuck you then. And then I went and gave it to someone else.
I never did that. I would only get momos and I would give them to the dogs because some of those dogs were in such bad shape. This is in Bihar, where the Buddha was enlightened.
Oh, yeah, I didn't go to
Absolute
Bihar.
shit place. Don't ever go there.
Yeah. I didn't
It's
go
like
to
a little
Bihar.
It's a
Top
pot
sticker.
sticker
Oh, okay.
that like Tibetan.
It's because Locust was in India, and he was like one of those backpackers that was like drinking straight out of the Ganges and like running around naked.
I
trying
did
to be a
swim in
sadhu,
it in the middle.
and drank the
It
water.
made me nervous.
Fun.
But I was like, I'm gonna
See any
just-
dead bodies?
just in my mind, I was like, I dove in, and then I was like, ugh, did that
I
sort
saw-
of thing, like,
I, s-
because I was in my mind, I was like, please don't hit a dead body. You know what I mean?
I saw a bunch of Germans and a bunch of like fucking like British backpackers that were out of their mind, like in the Ganges, like drinking the water. Like there's a bunch
What?
of there's like a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
had a friend who did that in
There's-
India because they were like, it's sacred, and then they're just
Uh-huh.
fuck that
I saw-
sick
I mean-
as you could possibly get.
Oh my
I saw
God.
the sadhus doing it, but I'm like, well, these dudes like they grew
They've
up
been
here.
doing it for
they're 60
years.
years old. Like they're like their immune systems
They're
are.
immune to it.
But then I saw like a bunch of backpackers doing it.
No,
so
dude, you guys
gonna
are
die.
so dumb.
Yeah.
You saw backpackers drinking?
Oh yeah, because they were fucking high as a kite, and they would just fucking go in the Ganges.
Because sometimes they get convinced
the
that it's
water.
some sacred act, and you're gonna and all you do is you get amoebic dysentery, and you're
Ugh.
fucking
and die.
just.
You can't
Well, I'll
die.
spare you the details, but you can imagine what it's like to get.
You don't know which end to put on the toilet.
You just take turns.
Yeah, you
Did you
just
see?
like rotate.
Did you see that in very
360.
in very nasty? Did you see what's those guys called that? The dudes are like the sadhus that walk around naked, covered in human ash, and they just have a human skull, and all their food and water just goes in the skull.
Uh-huh.
I forget what they're called. It starts with
I
a
forget what they're
V.
called. If Davey was here, he would
Yeah,
know.
they're called start with
He's
a
like
V.
all
Did you see
into
them?
that.
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, they just like walk around. They got
I
because
think I did. And I was like, dude, put some clothes on.
they just cover themselves with all the ash from the funeral pyre.
I don't
They
think
long
They
dreadlocks.
roll around. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
roll around in the human ash, and they're completely covered. I saw a couple when I was there, but yeah, they walk around with a human skull, and they just get all their food in there, and all their drinking water is in the skull.
Damn.
I forget
That's
what
so
they're
black
called.
metal.
It's pretty fucking black metal, man. Yeah. Those guys don't really like black metal, though. Don't
They would if I think they gave it a minute.
There's a cool black metal band from Sri Lanka.
There's a couple black metal bands there. Yeah, I tried to find them when I was in Sri Lanka in Colombo, but I wasn't able to find any of that. I found this one guy that knew about some of the metalheads, but I never actually
Do they
found
sing
them.
about snow and ice though in their lyrics?
No, it's more like, evil spirits and stuff.
It's
Yeah,
crazy
there's-
how the
In a war
Norwegian and
death.
Finnish people took on black metal so hard. It just I don't know why. It just seems so random. But
You hear about all the Canadian church burnings? Oh,
Recently?
there's been like 7 Catholic churches that have burnt to the ground
Yeah.
after they found all those dead bodies in those Catholic.
Oh,
right,
because
okay,
in retaliation.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. Well,
because the can't.
Because like 300 kids were abused.
yeah, I mean,
They found mass graves
Yeah.
of all
they,
those kids.
they should
They
burn more
rehab the-
Catholic churches.
Yeah.
Burn it all to the ground.
They have no suspects yet
Good.
at all.
Good.
And the Vatican should give back all the gold to the indigenous people that they stole. Those fucking
That's true.
pieces of shit.
And they got that crazy like mad cow disease going across the eastern provinces in Canada too. There's been like 100 people that have died from this like mad cow disease, but they don't know where it's coming from. In New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and it's like all different ages and all different. Yeah, it's like people just they
I
start.
feel like I haven't heard about
hear
mad
about that?
cow disease since the 90s.
No, it's not mad cow disease, but it's something like that, some prion disease that that's like across the maritime provinces in Canada, and people just start like getting like this brain wasting disease, and they have no idea where it's coming from. Because some people are really young and some people are really old, and a bunch of people in between, and it's all like
Canada is leading as far as the country that's getting the most of its population vaccinated.
oh.
You mean now they are?
But now they have mad cow. COVID mad cow.
If it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking another.
I'm just glad Ebola didn't get fucking
Because Ebola is
crazy.
like your brain melts inside of you and just like
And you bleed out your butthole.
it's so
And your eyes, right?
And you
start
bleed out your
to-
eyes.
such a gnarly.
Yeah, but-
it sounds so
But
awful.
think how many
Isn't that
crust,
like you bleed out of every orifice.
every orifice.
Yeah.
But think how many crusty punk rock points you get if you got Ebola and lived through it.
True.
You'd be like the crustiest fucking
King.
punk rocker, man.
You'd be
Yeah,
the
nobody
king.
could touch you. You'd be like, man, I had fucking Ebola and lived to tell. And then nobody nobody could beat that. So
Because if it's bleeding out your eyes and then you let it crust over, like that's fucking crusty as fuck.
It's like corpse paint, but like natural.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
real shit.
make it.
Does your
make it more
tattoo
real.
go all the way into the pink
Into
star
the-
fruit?
into the butthole? No, it doesn't go all the way to the butthole.
It goes to the crack though.
No, it doesn't go that far. We started it down underneath the
Didn't
butthole.
Donovan do it? Did he shave your butt?
Probably, yeah, I imagine.
And you still farted during
Oh,
this.
it was a Monday night. I remember because Monday night was
On purpose.
Monday
you did this
night-
to a person on purpose.
Monday night. Yeah, Monday night was like the punk rock. It was the punk rock soup kitchen. Remember the punk rock church at Loring Park, Minneapolis?
Oh, yeah,
Every
uh-huh.
Monday, it was like supposed to be like a teen feed, but you could go there. They were 40. They didn't really care.
Yeah,
and
it's like
go-
they'd always have like spaghetti and like
and
salad or
burritos and
something.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I went there and I had 3 burritos, and then I had like a half gallon of ice cream.
3 burritos?
Yeah, and a half gallon of ice cream.
But they're not the mission size.
No, not as big
Yeah.
as the Mission, but I ate all those burritos and then a big tub of ice cream, probably a couple beers, and then we went
Ugh.
back to the house.
Gross.
And then he started tattooing, and I was just like farting up a storm, man. Like
I can't even eat ice cream really because it gives me gas so bad.
He stopped
Gives me a
tattooing after
belly
that
ache,
for about a
yeah.
year.
It has to be non-dairy.
I was at somebody's house once, and first of all, they got me too high, so that was kicking in, and we had we're eating ice cream. I had to leave. I was like, and I farted the entire way home, like nonstop.
Wow, like every step's like.
Cause my son was hurting so bad, it was like wanting to, but I was like, I'm at somebody's house, I didn't want to. And so I was like, you guys, I gotta go. And I was also just getting so high, and I
We
just
have
fucking
weed here if you.
just.
Here?
I brought some.
Don't give Locust weed, man. He'll just fart in your house.
Weed doesn't do that.
It's for hippies.
Yeah, we have a.
Wait,
bunch
is it
of-
legal? It's legal in Oregon.
Everything is legal
I
in
don't think
Oregon.
you're allowed to bring it state to state though.
No, but all drugs are legal.
I figured that it's the least of their issues right now is fucking somebody bringing
Like
a fucking
if
vape
you
pen.
if you get caught with cocaine, it's a $50 fine unless you have more than an 8-ball.
Yeah, I mean, all drugs are legal now. Even fentanyl. You can walk around with fucking fentanyl.
All I brought was a few gummies and a vape, my little vapor. So I feel like that's like nothing. It seems so unimportant.
Wait,
to them.
what state did you come from?
California.
Oh, okay.
How'd you get to pass TSA? Did you have to like go hide it somewhere?
It's in my backpack. I don't know. It was the first time I've ever done that, and I was so just not scared at all. Usually I'm really scared, even when I don't have anything.
I was scared
Because I always get picked, and I've been interrogated before.
because you're funny looking and look like a terrorist.
I don't know, but I've been interrogated too many times for nothing, and for some reason this time I was just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I smuggled shit into Indonesia and I almost went to jail.
Dude, don't do that.
I
did.
smuggled shit too.
I smuggled a lot of shit into
You
Indonesia.
guys are
I could have gone to
dumb.
Dildos,
I could have gone to
vibrators.
prison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Those are
illegal.
friends.
I smuggled.
What if
in,
they
like-
executed you though for the? You
They don't-
would have died for the.
They don't
Sexual
execute.
liberation, man.
They don't
Girl
execute.
power.
They don't execute you
I
for
would die for
dildos, but
that.
they can revoke your visa. And I had like 12 vibrators, little ones in my backpack.
Oh, that's what you.
I told them it was for brushing my teeth, and they believed me.
Brushing your teeth?
Yeah.
No, I
Like I
lied.
disassembled it, and they were like, "What is this?"
I lied too, but
I wonder how you'd pass that off as something that brushes your teeth.
I took it apart, and like
Yeah.
they're Indonesians. I mean, at one time, like they found my tampons, and they're like, "What is this for?" And I was like, "It's for." They have a really polite way of saying your period. It's like datang bulan, so your moon arrival.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, "It's for my moon arrival," and they're like,
all their words are so polite in Indonesian, like their word.
They don't even want to touch the object that's associated with it.
Yeah, it's like wrapped in plastic. And they realize that goes up my vagina, and they were like, ah.
They've got so many polite words. Like they don't say things like prostitute. They say butterfly of the night instead of like prostitute. And like the word for boob is fruit of the chest. Is what they say.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool. It's awesome.
Better than boob.
It's all like polite.
Boob
It's
sounds
super.
like
But I love how they do that in Indonesian. They have like all this like really and even like words like take a shit, because they use like a pail like of water, you know, and then to take a piss is like throw a little bit of water, and to take a shit is like throw a big water. That's what it says. It's like I'm gonna go throw big water.
I'm gonna throw big water.
Yeah, it's like really poetic, and then when you say thank you, you're actually saying receive, give.
Oh wow,
That's
okay.
like how it literally translates.
Yeah, it's so polite.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's cool. But then they do have all the dirty slang in Jakarta, but I never really learned that. But they have like that whole Jakarta speak.
There's Sunda
That's
too.
pretty
Sunda has
pretty
some
pretty
really
bad.
Slang.
Yeah, Ichan taught me all that really bad
Yeah.
Sundanese that he'd have me like try to get me to tell people.
Yeah.
But but it usually backfired because it would end up on his forehead.
But it's pretty. I mean, they call us like bules, like gringos. We're albino water buffaloes.
Albino water buffalo.
Yeah, that's what bule means, which is like gringo.
But they use it like bule for all foreigners, because they say it for like Japanese people, and right, don't they use it for everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody that's not Indonesian.
Right.
What do they say for like? What about like black people and stuff? Are they bule? Like all the Nigerians and stuff, or what are they?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't remember.
I had like I had one friend from Papua when I lived in Bandung, and everyone called him Blackie. Like in English.
Oh, man.
I'm like, you don't mind being called? He's like, it's my nickname. I was like,
in Brazil they say like, they just say like peregrino, like for like the falcon, and they always use that like returning. What's that?
Peregrine falcon.
Yeah, they say that a lot for black, but it's not like derogatory at all. It's just they just say peregrino.
Where is that? In
Brazil.
Brazil. Huh? Carol, look at all that kibble.
Oh, she wants human food.
But the other thing that's
the
funny
worst.
in
That's the worst
Indonesia is that
Carol, it's salty. You don't want it.
It's like, yeah,
Just
please.
a little salt.
the other funny thing with Indonesia is like the
Can I
word
give her a little
the-
French fry?
Yeah.
the word for dog is just anjing, but that's also like a super bad curse word. It's almost like the equivalent of fuck or something. If you say anjing,
Yeah, like
it's
if you
like-
hurt yourself,
it's
you can
like-
go,
it's like son of a
dog."
bitch, like God fucking damn it. But it's just the word for dog.
Yeah.
And the word for pig is really bad because people don't eat pork. So babi, that's like really fucking
Or
bad.
you call someone a moniette.
A monkey, yeah,
A monkey.
that's bad.
That's really bad.
That's bad in Brazil
The worst
too.
thing you can say to somebody
And in
is
America.
"die you dog."
Yeah.
No Darcia anjing, and that means
That's-
I'm
Fight.
like that's like saying something like I'm gonna fuck your mother. Like that's like be prepared to fight. If
That's
you tell
almost as
someone.
bad as when you tried to buy that little kid. Becky, you got me fucking lynched.
I know.
She was
Oh,
trying.
they got your nose.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
trying to
Everyone
buy
knows that story. You tell it like a
It was
million
really
times.
bad. I almost had to run away. We're lucky our friends
was there?
translated. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
there.
he was
Oh,
there.
But our-
that sucks for you. That's the worst part of it.
Well,
You
I'm
have to
lucky
hear about it
that-
forever.
I know.
We were lucky
I
'cause
know,
our
but
friend-
I think he's forgotten about this other story where someone else had to wipe my butt.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Our friends spoke English and they spoke Indonesian and they spoke Sundanese. So, and then the people at the shop like they
And it was
spoke
before I spoke
Sunda.
Indonesian, 'cause
Yeah,
I
we
was like-
spoke but not fluently.
I always knew. Yeah.
But then our friends like they had to go they had to like break down what was happening because we had no fucking clue. So if they weren't there, like it would have been way worse.
I know, they kept being like,
'Cause they had
Becky,
to-
it's
they
forbidden,
had to
it's
explain it.
forbidden. And I was like, what? This?
It was so
and they're
weird.
like, no! And
It's
all the
just-
moms are like grabbing their children away
Oh
from
my
me.
god.
It's just so weird because like, we don't like who thinks about that? I
I mean, it's the same as this. This is so
don't
arbitrary.
think about that.
Yeah.
I did this.
Weird.
I remember I flipped off a cab driver in India, and it was so fascinating to me because when you just have no reaction, like I was like, fuck you then. and he just had this smile because it just did not. He doesn't have association of what the weight of it is.
Oh, he doesn't know like what.
He has no idea what I'm saying or what I'm doing. He's just like, okay.
I also don't. I never understood what the middle finger actually means.
It's
like
a penis.
Like fuck off. Oh, it's like a penis.
Yeah, it's like like some people go like this. It's like the balls in the
penis.
Is that really where we got it from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never.
I think so.
I mean that makes sense, but I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
Well, in your case, Locust, you don't have to show.
Then why do we do this?
You have to show like half your finger.
Or with the thumb out.
A hemorrhoid? I don't know.
And anyways, just there'd be 3 balls.
But like two finger flip off.
Did you?
Well, but then there's like, what's this?
Yeah.
Ooh. Is that Italian? Oh yeah. What is that from?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, yeah.
Did you ever learn to like eat with your right hand all the time in India, or did you still like eat with your left?
I use silverware.
What? I never used silverware in India.
I actually don't remember.
I ate with my fucking hands all the time.
I'm left-handed, so I'd be fucked.
Yeah, I don't remember what I did.
But you know what I was talking
I probably ate with my left hand because I didn't care like what they thought.
Because you're just rude.
Just eating my food because I probably used toilet paper, and like a civilized person.
But I was actually talking to Holly about this the other day. It's like all the time we're in Indonesia and always eat with our right hands, right? But then all the time like people would cook, like so much of the stuff like they'd have to use both hands to cook, you know. But you'd never eat with your left hand. But if you were making like some kind of dough or
restaurants and stuff, like, every time you use the bathroom, there's no fucking soap. Like I don't really care if you like wipe your ass with your hand.
I always had the sanitizer with me.
But like just fucking have soap afterwards.
And there's never soap.
Yeah,
but I always had those little sanitizers.
Yeah, I mean that's how I got dysentery. Is like I ate a lot of poop.
You just carry your own soap.
That's what I carry, my own sanitizer.
But no, but like the food.
Well, yeah, no one else used soap.
Yeah.
No, and people wouldn't use.
That's probably how I got typhoid.
Yeah,
it's just eating some meal with some fucking.
Well, what the hell is typhoid fever like?
I mean, you die usually but since I was, I actually was feeling fine, but I was just like not having a good time in India, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Paris and visit my girlfriend. Flew there immediately, and then we were hanging out, and then I started it just basically like a fever, but it just felt like my head was on fire, and so I went to the hospital. They couldn't figure out what it was until they sent me to the tropical disease specialist, and I swear to God, he just goes, "You look like someone who has typhoid." I was like, "Bitch, what are you talking about? That's so corny." And then I laid down. He's like on my stomach. He's like, "I can feel, you know." And then they did the test, and they're like, "Yeah, you got typhoid."
Yeah.
And basically, they just put antibiotics in my arm all the time for like 2 weeks, and then I was fine.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would 100% died.
If you stayed in India, yeah, I might have died.
Yeah, I would have totally died because people are still dying of it. It's just not like
people
in big numbers. Like
people die of dysentery in India fucking all the time. Yeah, that's not that uncommon.
Yeah, and then they like die in the street, and some guy just moves them out of the way or drives over.
I saw dead people when I was in India. It wasn't super uncommon, no.
I would go look. I remember one dude. His tongue looked like a little thing of beef jerky. And I was like, nice. Stepped over him politely because he was in front of the train station. Yeah, it's weird. Just
yeah, it is.
And like near when I was in Pune, there's the funeral pyre area, but you know some of the bones don't burn, so they would just throw them all in this field in the backyard.
And dogs.
I have a picture on my Instagram. Like it's like it's just skulls and bones. Because I just remember like, guys, what a waste.
Dogs are running off with stuff, and
we could do something like some art project with all these skulls because they're useless to them. Like they're just it's just trash.
Right.
I'm like, can I send this home? But I didn't know, so I was like, ugh, I can't even think to figure.
I remember getting mad too, just like with the sacred cows and the fucking hypocrisy, because that's like so sacred in India. But then you got like these fucking starving cows, and they're just like running everywhere, and they're fucking eating diapers, and they're eating fucking plastic bags. And I remember arguing with people, and they're just like, you know, and the cow is sacred. And I was like, well, then fucking feed it, man. Like, quit letting it eat the goddamn diaper, man. Like, you know,
it's bad.
give it some fucking food. And
but everybody's every country's hypocritical.
So they think that they're sacred, but they don't necessarily feed them well.
No, the cows are just fucking living on the streets.
It depends, though. I mean, like, if
some cows might be okay, but a lot of the cows.
If they're on a farm, they're fine. But yeah, if they're living in New Delhi, they're gonna.
There's cows like everywhere on the streets, just eating fucking garbage and diapers, plastic bags and stuff. Well,
and same with the dogs. They'll be like, you know, dogs are just in horrible condition. They'll be like, our dogs are free. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not. No, that's not how it works. They're like fucking dying.
There was a bus that crashed when I was up in the mountains. I wasn't on it, but it was the same route that I think I had taken the same bus route like a couple days before, and then this other bus. Well, this bus crashed into a cow, and it killed the cow. And then all these villagers like stormed up on the bus and just started beating, and like they killed a bunch of the people on the bus.
You saw that?
No. I was on the same bus route. I was on the same route like a few days prior, but I read about it in the paper. Like all these people got. Well, the bus hit the fucking cow, and then the villagers went on the bus and
should have stopped.
Yeah.
Is it like a map? It's like the map is on the table.
I wasn't
or something.
I wasn't on the bus.
He's like, the same route.
You just stayed in Goa your whole time. You didn't even go anywhere.
I've been all over India.
Yeah.
Long before you, because you were scared to go for many years.
I didn't want to go because I knew it was going to drive me crazy. I knew that people were going to drive me batshit crazy. So I didn't go.
Load her up.
And I knew I wasn't going to go to fucking Bihar.
Maybe she needs over. Come over this way.
Bihar is the worst.
Yeah, but come this way. I know.
Here, I'll have to pick her. She's just
come
too
be with
old.
the humans.
And he probably hung out in Reshkahesh with all the fucking hippies.
Carol.
She's a weirdo.
She's like, I ain't fall for this trap.
Did you hang out in Reshkahesh with all the hippies?
Rishikesh.
Yeah, and you hung out there. I didn't go there because that's like hippie central. I didn't go there, man.
What was weird is in Rishikesh, I never found any of the hippies. I don't know where. I think I was in the wrong spot. I didn't find anybody.
There's hippies in Russia?
Everywhere.
India. There's so many in Russia, but India is
Rishikesh was because the Beatles went there, so it became like a spot that a lot of people went. But when I was there, I hung out with myself most of the time. There was not that many people. Nobody was
Have
around.
you been to Nagaland? Assam?
It's hard to get to Assam. It's like
Jeff was in Assam.
You can go there, but there's travel restrictions. It's not always the easiest place to go.
Yeah, when I was there, I didn't know about Nagaland or any of those, and so it didn't occur to me. But now, it's a little more compelling. But now I'm too lazy to fucking do anything.
You don't travel anymore? Well, you're here.
I haven't left the country since like 2004.
He hasn't left his fucking block in like years.
True.
We just
I think I just did it so much I burnt myself out a little because I was just fucking bouncing around everywhere and then just getting in trouble for nothing, like at airports and being interrogated and being sick. I mean, fucking having salmonella in Brazil and just dysentery, typhoid. I got a little sick of it.
Right, yeah.
And I also wanted to accomplish things, and you can't when you're traveling.
Right, like spread some roots. Plant some roots.
If you weren't drinking the poo-poo water, you wouldn't have gotten sick.
But I love
You shouldn't have drank the poo-poo water.
It's
I remember drinking tea the first time I went to Thailand, and it was right on the Mekong, and then they poured me. It's the same thing. Like they went to get my cup, and then they just like dumped somebody else's cup. They went to get somebody else's cup, and they just like washed it in the fucking Mekong River, and then just filled it with tea.
Yeah.
And then like, but it's all like fucking poo-poo water, you know.
Yeah.
And then I remember I got my tea, and I'm like, well, fucking water is hot, like, whatever. I'm just gonna fucking drink my tea.
Didn't you get sick or no?
I didn't get sick. I had fucking iron stomach back then, man. I didn't get sick at all. I could drink a glass of tea that had been washed in the poo-poo water. It didn't matter. But
I was at this kind of like roadside little restaurant in Jogja with my friends Ina and what's his name? Didi?
I remember them.
Yeah. But so they would give you like these little bowls of water that would have a lime, like a slice of lime in it. And I took the lime and I squeezed it all over my food But what that was
supposed to wash your hands.
Yeah,
right?
so like multiple customers were like washing their hands in that bowl with the lime to disinfect their like it's a natural kind of hand.
All over your food.
Yeah, and I squeezed it all over my food, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What?" You know, they're like, "You can't. Why are you squeezing lime on your food?" And then they're like, then they had to explain it to me.
White buffalo.
I know, and then they're like, "You can't eat that now." Albino buffalo.
Whatever.
But they're like, "You can't eat that now," so I had to like order another plate.
I remember I used to get in trouble a lot for the pantat word because I didn't realize like pantat Indonesian just means like your ass, but then if you say pantat in Malaysia, it's like fanny, right? Like fanny in England and fanny in the U.S. and then pantat. And I remember, I remember getting in big trouble because I was saying pantat in Malaysia, and it doesn't mean butt.
What does it mean in Malaysia?
It means pussy in Malaysia. But I didn't know. I thought it just meant ass.
Oh man.
I got in trouble. But then
So you'd be like, "I'm gonna kick your ass," but really you'd be
no,
saying...
because I was riding a motorbike. I was riding a motorbike on the bumpy roads, going like from Jogja to one of the
this
beaches.
hurts my pussy.
Well, there's this friend of mine. She was behind me. She was behind me on the bike, and she spoke English. She spoke English. She spoke Malay. She spoke Hokkien Chinese. But I mean, we usually just speak English. But sometimes I try to speak.
Enough.
Sometimes I'd speak Malay to her, and I turned around like we stopped the motorbike, and then I turned around and I told her in Malay, I'm like, man, this road's really bumpy. Like, does your ass hurt from being on the motorbike? But I was like, is your pussy broken? And then she just started screaming at me in English. I was like, what?
Is your pussy
What? And then
Is your pussy broken?
Yeah, but then she was like, oh, you can't say pantat in Malaysian because it doesn't mean the same as Indonesian.
I've seen it too, and it's like so crazy that people actually have leprosy in this day.
He didn't have a nose, no nose, and then like the mouth was all eaten away and no hand.
And he's like, "Get these fucking momos all away from me." It's like so crazy.
But I touched his stump. I never got leprosy though.
I don't think you can catch leprosy, can you?
You can totally catch it. It's really contagious. That's
Why
what
would you touch him?
Because I took the momos back and I touched his bloody stump. But I didn't catch it. It's contagious, but like it's not super contagious. But yeah, you can catch it from people.
Do you want ice in your wine?
No, it's okay, thanks. And you catch it from armadillos.
Weirdo.
They still have cases every year down in Louisiana and Texas, usually from people hunting armadillos that transmit it, and then people catch leprosy. But they get it treated early, and then they don't like lose their hands and their noses and shit.
Well, yeah, the like lost body parts. That's when it goes untreated.
Yeah, like in India where people can't afford treatment.
Yeah.
So, but now here, like they still have cases every year. Yeah.
And to see like people with polio there and shit, and just like those deformities that come from just not getting treated. Like the dudes who have to just crawl because their legs are useless. And their legs are like this skinny, and they still just smile at you like, "Hey." And it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Jeez.
Like every deformity you can imagine exists in India. Any time of just the most fucked up, whatever you can imagine, you'll find it there, guaranteed.
Yeah, it's another fucking universe, man.
It's another
planet. Yeah.
I was just watching the documentary on the parasitic twin in India. The guy who's everybody made fun of him because he looked pregnant.
But his
he
parasitic twin was growing in him.
Yeah.
That happened to our friend Sarah.
She had a parasitic twin?
Yeah, who she didn't realize it's like it becomes, what are they called? Hematomas? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Like those tumors that have like hair and teeth.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I guess she battled it in her mom's uterus, but then somehow it got transferred to her uterus. So then when she became pregnant, her dead evil twin was trying to kill her baby, her like embryo. And so she had to get it removed, and it was like the size of a tennis ball, and it had like hair and teeth.
Nar, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
That would scare you, because that would scare you more than Poltergeist.
That's kind of hot.
Oh, like that movie.
Don't kink shame me.
Like that movie.
Well, I guess if you can think of it, it
Tumors
exists.
with like hair and teeth are hot.
Don't kink shame me.
You remember that movie Locust?